Maybe
Can you imagine Extraction 2 on
That'd be
a big
awesome.
screen, like an IMAX or something like that? It would be insane.
Yeah, we definitely need to do that
because those action scenes deserve to be on a big screen like that.
Because just a quick review of Extraction. This Extraction 2, it's a great movie.
It's fantastic.
I had more fun watching this movie than I've had watching any action movie in a very long time.
I want to make
this thing starts from the very beginning.
Oh, immediately.
It immediately picks up from the last movie.
And it doesn't have any plot, not that many plot holes.
Doesn't need a lot of plot points.
It's a little bit of a stretch because somebody mentioned in the comments before, didn't he die in the last movie? Yes, technically. He got shot in the neck or something like that. He fell off a bridge.
Well, yeah, they retconned that.
Yeah, they retcon it. They do like a montage of him getting rescued and healed. Montage. Which I'd rather them, and then they did a workout montage in this movie too. So they has
movie with a montage. I'm in.
Yeah,
let's go.
A workout montage.
That's straight out from an 80s movie.
With music.
Absolutely.
I'm in. Give me more.
Listen, man. Yeah, this movie has montages. It has evil dudes that you like really dislike.
It's like they're basically Russians, but they're not really Russians. They're from like Georgia or something like that.
Eastern
the
European,
country Georgia,
Eastern European asshole fucks.
It'd be funny if they really were from Georgia, America, Georgia.
They would be Catholics. They would be like evangelical, whatever they call Catholic people.
They're little white guys and they talk like this. Yeah, and they have shaved heads and lots of tattoos
and beards and big beards. Yeah, they're Russians.
Yeah, they might as well be.
They might as well be Russians.
Dirty communist fucks, but yeah, they're bad guys. They're bad guys.
Nick shows up in the chat, and that's the first thing he hears. What's up, Nick? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, what's
big
up,
time Patreon, big time supporter of the channel. Welcome, sir.
But yeah, that's the thing that's nice about this movie. You know who the bad guys are.
Yeah.
You know who the good guys are.
Right.
It's not a complicated plot.
I want to say something about this movie, and I tweeted this out the other day, but I only have like 100 followers, so it doesn't really matter what I tweet. But I want to say this to the people who are watching. There's like up to 50 people. That's great. That's awesome. 45, 50 people. That's fantastic. Welcome everybody. This was because I watched it on Sunday, which was Father's Day.
Yeah.
This was the best Father's Day movie ever.
Wow,
it was freaking awesome.
Okay.
Like as a dad. Sitting down, watching an action movie, it gave me everything I wanted. And at the end, it had an extremely powerful message about the importance of fathers to their sons and to their families. And that literally brought me to tears. I teared up at the end of this movie. Like, I was like, freaking hoorahing, blowing up
Dork Night,
blowing up helicopters and freaking shooting machine guns, and it was like the classic 80s Arnold freaking doing the whole deal with the montage and the workouts and all this stuff. Like, it was all there. And then at the end they were like, hey, by the way, you're a dad. And I was like,
spoiler.
I just freaking he was the dad in the first movie.
It's not a spoiler.
No, it's not a spoiler. He was a dad in the first movie. They explained his backstory then too, but like it just like hit really hard.
We're trying to do this with be non-spoiler as possible.
Kadish was a loser and couldn't watch the show.
Matt hasn't seen it yet.
I gotta say though, like the first Extraction, because I remember we did that for the podcast. That movie was freaking amazing too.
It was.
Which one?
The first Extraction.
Oh, the first one was great. Yeah.
And in this modern era, I remember growing up in the 80s and 90s, and Vader was right. Like, there were action stars whose just name alone could open a movie.
Sold tickets.
Yeah, exactly.
Chris Pratt.
A new Schwarzenegger movie. Shit, I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah, and I don't think that we've gotten a new generation of that.
No, we have not
just yet.
I think streaming service has neutered that a little bit, but I there's a couple of people in the chat saying Chris Pratt, and I do agree with that. If I see Chris Pratt attached to an action movie, I'm gonna go watch it.
Sure,
100%. Terminalist was cool. I know it's a TV show, so it didn't quite fit the bill, but if Chris Pratt was
that the one he made for Prime or whatever?
Yes.
Say that again.
Good movie.
That
or good
show. To be shown in theaters.
Also, John Krasinski doing the Jack Ryan series.
Oh, he's been great as Jack Ryan. He definitely could fit the bill if he wanted to.
Is Prime robbing us of the new modern action star?
Yeah.
I mean streaming services.
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
I don't think so, because they're basically the modern day equivalent of the video store, right? And most of like the 80s and 90s action stars came up through home video.
But here's the thing though. All those movies that we rented on VHS and on DVD at the video store, we went into the theaters and watched first.
Not all of them.
Many of them. But
I never watched a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie in the theater until like I got into college.
I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is there are certain levels of movies, and Extraction 2 is absolutely one of them that should have gotten a theatrical release
Yeah.
before it got shown on streaming. This is a AAA movie. This is a absolute movie that could have. I bet this movie would have made $500 million in the theater.
I was going to ask.
Guarantee it.
I don't.
I 100% believe that.
I don't exactly know how like Netflix's business relationships are with theaters. Like if Netflix were, because they've released movies in theaters before.
Movies they want Oscars for.
Right. Yeah. But why that? Like, why not release an action movie?
know.
Because they could make, let's just say,
it's not part of their business model.
Yeah, but let's just speculate. Like, okay, so they cost, how much do you think this movie cost them to make?
No idea.
$200 million?
I'd say probably $200 million.
$200 million?
Really? You think that high?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't
This
think
is
it's that
huge.
high.
This is a lot of action.
So why would you release that on
On
streaming?
Why wouldn't you
Because
get your
that's their business model.
Yeah, but why wouldn't you get that money back immediately in the theater for like a month or two and get $200 million in the box office and then say, hey, you want to watch this? Join our subscription plan on Netflix.
There is a 20-minute long uncut action scene in this movie.
One cut.
It is
okay.
It is. I mean, it's not.
To be it's clever editing, but it's one shot.
But it looks like it's one shot.
Yeah, from probably
it is the most. It's from like about 10, 15, about 20 minutes in to about the 40-minute
45 minutes.
Yeah. And it is the most incredible thing I've ever seen in an action
It's
movie.
literally okay. So the title of the movie is Extraction.
Yeah.
Literally the extraction section of the movie where they're getting these people out of point A and getting them out. Whole stretch.
It is
one
insane.
scene. We got a $5 super chat from Astro Nerd Boy. What's up, dude? Thank you for the support. Modern actors seem to try to avoid being known as X. Schwarzenegger, Stallone were known as action stars and nothing else. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, though.
Well, Stallone didn't start off as an action star. Like he got his Oscar nomination from Rocky and stuff like that, and then he transitioned to action because that's where the money was. Like after Rambo, the first Rambo is not like really an action movie.
It's
a drama.
Yeah. It's a drama, and then like when First Blood Part 2 comes around, it becomes more actiony, and then by Rambo 3, it's like
full blown action. Oh, and then Rambo 4 was freaking amazing.
And then they ruined it with 5.
Oh, and then 5 was trash.
but we get movies out there. And thanks for that $5, Astro.
Yeah, thank you, Astro.
That. There's movies out there that they make for theaters, like the Fast
10.
and Furious.
That's all theater stuff. Yeah.
There's. This movie is better than Fast 10.
100%. Oh my God, it's so much better.
And
dude, I watched Fast.
I almost feel annoyed and pissed off that I cannot go spend $15 or whatever on a movie ticket and go see this movie in a theater on a giant DFX surround sound screen. It would be so good.
Amazing.
Instead, I gotta watch it at home on my 55-inch bullshit TV, which is nice. I'm not saying it's not nice, but it's not a theater experience.
It's different.
I want to see this in the theater.
Yeah.
I love you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know 100%. I get it because it's funny because I like the Fast and the Furious franchise, but it's almost on a joke.
They're dog
like
shit.
I like it,
dog shit,
but in a jokey way. Yeah. I'll go spend $15 go see Fast 10, but I'm not expecting a good movie.
Watching this 20-minute long
single
scene,
cut,
it's a work of art. It's an absolute work of art.
I have to call out Dustin Hoggle where he's
Rambo 5 was amazing. What movie did you watch?
What Rambo did you see?
Is that the one?
that was a step down from 4.
Oh yeah,
is that the one where he's at home?
Yeah,
I haven't seen.
He's got the ranch. He's got the ranch, and he goes after his like niece or something.
It doesn't feel like a Rambo movie.
I mean, it feels like a Rambo movie. It's just, it was very boiled down. Like it was like. I don't know. It was just a lesser Rambo.
But I guess in the end, I want to see these AAA action movies that these people are making. I see it. that I want to see them get a proper theatrical release because these are good movies, and Extraction 2 is like peak.
Yeah,
it absolutely deserved to be seen properly in the theater.
I agree.
On a giant screen with the sound and everything. And they're doing themselves a disservice by not releasing them that way.
I agree. Real quick, $2 super chat. Team America was the best action movie of all time.
Durka.
Matt Damon. It was a good movie, for sure. Good movie.
Dicks, pussies, and ass.
That's the best sex scene ever.
The Film Actors Guild.
I had to go like after the puppets like
oh
bone,
God, yeah.
I had to go like jerk it. I mean, It was so hot. It was just like there was like fluids everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
It was great.
It's also got the best montage song ever written.
Montage. It's a montage.
Dustin says Extraction 2 was great. I felt like the first one was better.
Well,
that's interesting.
That's okay.
Do you think there's
it's very hard for a sequel to outdo the original?
Yeah. Do you think there's any hint of sequelitis in this movie?
No,
none at all.
No,
not the retconning his death.
I posted that I liked this movie better.
Really?
But I will admit that I have not watched the first one in a while. Maybe if I watched them back to back, I might think different. But right now, I remember I feel like I like this one more than the first one. And I don't know why. I
appreciate the fact that they realized that this was a franchise worth banking on, and they left the ending.
They absolutely did.
They were like, "Hey,
give me 3.
We're gonna make more.
Give me 3."
This is also it's a Russo brothers production.
Yeah.
And the Russos have had varying degrees of success with their original movies on Netflix.
Did they do The Gray Man?
They did.
I did not like The Gray Man, and I know that's a Russo's thing.
It was a shitty movie.
Yeah, it was not good, not great.
I think they've stumbled on something here that scratches that 80s and 90s action star movie that I'm into, man.
Yeah.
And it's good.
The real secret to Extraction success is the director of these two movies.
Thank you. I was just going to say,
he was a former stunt coordinator guy, and he's the one who basically orchestrates all these action scenes. Remember, we had an interview with the second unit director for C,
James Madigan. Yeah.
And he gave us some real insight into how, like, he plans out like these really elaborate action scenes and stuff like that. And that's what this guy does. But instead of being the second unit director, he's the actual director.
Right.
And so like the brilliance of the first 2 Extractions, it's all down to him. Like the Russos don't really have much to do. Like they're the producers of it, but it's this guy. And I wish I could remember his name, but it's this guy who's like really the driving force behind how awesome these movies are.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. His unique style of showing action is what sets this movie apart from most other action movies nowadays.
Like most action movies, they go with like the quick cuts type thing. There's that meme from Taken 3, where there's like 800 cuts of like Liam Neeson like jumping over a chain link fence, But with this movie, like the guy, he coordinates the action so well that he allows you, and it's very John Woo in this respect, he allows you to actually like comprehend what's happening and take in the beauty of like the violence that's going on screen.
The director of Extraction 2 is Sam Hargrave.
I believe he was the director of the first one.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, Extraction and Extraction 2. Sam Hargrave.
And he's one of those guys, like if you watch some of the behind the scenes on Extraction 1, like he's sitting in a chair that's attached to like a car that's like driving next to the other.
Nuts. Like the things he might as well be part of the stunt, because he's got this camera strapped to his chest. There's like jumping out of helicopters and stuff. It's crazy.
One of the things that I appreciated about this movie is I felt like it stayed true to the original.
You mean the first one?
The first one. Is not what I said. The original.
Well, the original to me sounds like you're talking about a movie that came out like 40 years ago, like a remake.
So it felt like a proper sequel.
Okay,
to
that's better. Yeah,
to the first Extraction.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like it's like it knows where it comes from. Whereas movies like Wick 4, for example.
Didn't feel like a John Wick movie.
It didn't feel like a
ripoff.
It felt like they jumped the shark.
Yeah,
it felt like a parody of a John Wick.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas this movie, I see it as a sequel to their first Extraction movie, whereas Wick 4 feels like it was completely made by somebody else.
Well, I will say, because I want to bring up Dustin, because he's very active in the chat. Thank you, Dustin, and welcome to the channel. If you're brand new here, please subscribe. You're very active, and I love your chats. You're going nuts over that. It's great. He did mention something about realism. So there is a point in the train sequence, which is one of the best sequences in the movie.
Yeah.
Where I feel like
that much.
It's if you were going to criticize this movie for anything, God mode was unlocked for that sequence.
Absolutely.
He gets okay. So there's a sequence in the trailer, I think. So I don't think this is a spoiler, but in the trailer you see the prison riot fight scene. There's a scene in that scene where he gets hit in the back of the head. And I think they show that in the trailer as well.
They do.
And he gets freaking smacked in the back of the head.
Smoked.
And then like 10 seconds later, he's on like rampage
I mean,
mode.
they even go into like slow-mo blurring.
Yeah, he's all and like the ringing in his ears, and he's like, oh.
Listen, you're in a video game.
100%.
You're 100% in a video game. It's like,
yeah, you do Alt Control Escape. You bring down the chat and you type in God mode, and then you unlock it, and then you go, all right, let's finish this level.
Right.
And that's what happens.
That's exactly what happens.
100%. If you're saying that that's unrealistic, I'm not disagreeing with you.
But here's the thing.
I don't care.
I don't care.
I had so much fun.
I don't need it to be realistic.
I didn't care.
He's like, but you know what else is weird? I can't even think of Hemsworth's character's name. What's his name?
I don't know.
What's his name in the community?
It's Hemsworth.
It's Hemsworth.
It doesn't matter.
Do they tell him his name?
I don't know. Does he have a name? Does this character have a name?
Doesn't
in the movie?
matter.
Yeah, he has to have a name.
He's just fucking badass extraction guy. And that's all I care about.
It'd be funny if his name was John Extraction.
but here's the other thing that I love about these movies. It's like everybody talks about, the Oscars and their bullshit quotas and their how many brown peoples and whatever's people are all over this. This movie makes it covers all of those things. But this movie also feels like it's 100% genuine and organic the way it covers everything that
they're globetrotting.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a movie.
So you're talking about his like
this is
his handler.
This is a diverse movie.
Oh yeah.
Without the movie feeling diverse.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not preachy.
It's not preachy at all. It just is
his
what
handler.
it is.
His handler is
they're Indian
or something like that.
Dot, not feather.
That's goddamn it, dude. Why would you have to say that?
Not computer.
Not computer.
Both of you, shut up.
Just to annoy you. And
like computer, not casino.
But I didn't.
Stream has been taken down.
Don't shout out.
They're gonna be like, don't do it.
But
God damn it, guys.
I didn't feel like the diversity
Was
and bullshit was being crammed down your throat.
No,
and I didn't care.
No,
these characters were cool when stuff happened.
Tyler Rake.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Tyler Rake, cool. That's his name. I didn't feel like that was
because it wasn't
purpose of the movie.
No, not at all.
It was
like,
just,
hey,
we got these actors,
like,
we got these people. They're multicultural and
they're
just
badass.
is what it is, and they're badasses.
Yeah,
and it was fun,
dude.
And I
okay,
enjoyed
so
it.
here's another thing too. So we complain often on this channel about like the chick wick flicks, where like Atomic Blonde and Gunpowder Milkshake and stuff like that, where they have these women just like destroying 250-pound dudes for no reason.
I mean,
there's a scene in this movie.
It's a little bit of a stretch.
There's a scene. No, I disagree with you. There's a scene in this movie where the Chris Hemsworth, his handler. Can't remember her name.
The girl.
The girl Nick or something like that. I think her name is Nikki or something.
She's cool. She's badass.
She's badass, right?
Yeah.
And she has a fight scene in this movie on the train. And I was watching it, and I was being very like aware of what's happening on the screen right now. Could this be happening?
Yeah.
She
pulled it off.
She pulled it off because she got wrecked.
Yeah.
Like she went up. She went up against like 3 dudes. And they did not hold back on her.
Nope.
And she got out by the skin of her teeth. She still won, which great, awesome, badass chick on screen. Awesome. I love it. But she did it like almost not making it. And you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense because she's going up against 3 dudes who are like 200 pounds.
It's very video game.
No, I disagree. It wasn't a video game. It was very like, oh, okay, so she's more skilled than they are, and that's how she survived. That's what I took away from it.
Yeah.
So I have no complaints about this as far as like the modern day action movie goes.
It's like it felt a little video gamey to me. But the thing is
with
cool,
the helicopter.
But the thing is cool about this movie is that regardless of the video game action, I didn't care. I bought it. I bought into it. And your heroes of the of the movie
are heroes
are supposed to be that
dude.
way.
Even
the
cool. Somewhat femme dude that he was like Chris Hemsworth's friend. Remember
which guy?
The dude brother? With the shirt. Remember the shirt? He's like, oh, I bought you this goofy like leather printed shirt.
Oh no, that was her brother.
Yeah, her brother.
I forget his name.
I don't remember his name either.
But
he's a little bit femme.
I was upset when things happened to him that I can't spoil. But
he was a meaningful character.
He was a meaningful character,
and I thought it was really cool.
And I bought into his character. I bought into her character, and I liked what they did, and I had no problem with any of it.
Let me ask you guys this. So I haven't seen either of what I'm about to ask you about. So like, how would you compare Extraction to basically Arnold's foray into Netflix, Fubar.
I haven't seen Fubar yet, so I can't answer that question.
I stopped watching Fubar.
Yeah, I've heard Fubar is not good.
I watched about 40 minutes of it, and I was like, I think I'm good.
I did, however, watch the new Arnold documentary.
Oh, that looks good.
I watched half of it.
That looks good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
but I have not watched Fubar yet.
Nothing is a better Arnold documentary than Pumping Iron, though.
No, agreed.
Yeah, that movie's great.
This is a great movie. This thing's
yeah.
like a remake of Pumping Iron.
It seems like it. Yeah, Netflix was like, "Hey, we have Arnold, so let's like." I guess he signed a contract with him or something.
With
I just find it interesting that you have arguably the biggest action star on the face of the earth, Arnold Schwarzenegger, doing a Netflix original series, which is basically a remake of True Lies, going up against a movie like Extraction 2.
Yeah,
and Fubar falling flat on its face. Like, I haven't heard any buzz since.
I can't comment on it.
It was corny, and like one of those chat just brought up, I think it was super woke. It was like everything Netflix has done wrong for the past 10 years wrapped in an Arnold movie.
Netflix is weird.
It's very strange.
It's like they're either super woke or super not. And that's like, what are you doing?
Whatever.
It's like,
yeah. It was
fucking fence sitters. It's like, come on, man. Are you gonna go woke? Or are you gonna go broke? Which one are you gonna do? Let me pick a lane.
Fubar, but I'll say this without getting demonetized on Netflix. Fubar was very check the box.
Yeah.
And it was very corny. And I love Arnold. He's one of the, if not the greatest action hero of our age, but he's like pushing it now.
Yeah.
And to see him in an action role just kind of jumps the shark for me at this point.
It's got a little flabby.
How dare you, sir? How dare you say that?
But you compare that to the moves that that Stallone has made lately, like with Tulsa King and like stuff like that.
Well, Stallone's still on the juice.
Yeah, but you know what? Even in Tulsa King, it's not. It's more of a dramatic role.
Yeah,
it's not an action role.
But what I'm talking about is that basically Stallone chose to do his TV series in a way that suited him.
Yeah.
Whereas Schwarzenegger seems to be
still trying to recapture his former glory.
Exactly. Stallone at 80 or whatever the fuck he is, he takes his shirt off. He still looks like he's 30.
That's called human growth hormone.
He's like still got abs.
Human growth hormone. He's 79 years old.
Ridiculous.
He doesn't have abs.
It's ridiculous.
He has injection sites.
It's amazing.
Dude, the best scene in Tulsa King is like right after he hooks up with this girl from a bar, and she finds out how old he is. And she instantly gets sick because she's like, I thought you were like mid-50s. Like, and even
he's like 78 years old.
I need to watch that.
She's like, it's like I just fucked my grandfather.
he's got a reality show that I kind of want to watch.
Oh, with his daughters?
With his daughters.
Oh, God, his daughters are freaking smoke shows, dude.
Have you ever watched their podcast?
No, but I kind of want to now.
I can just say
they are pretty attractive.
I got really good daughters, you know.
What's it like growing up famous? And I'm just like staring at it like, I can't look at Sylvester Stallone's daughters. He might show up in my bedroom and kill me in the middle of the night.
It's weird. It's fucking weird.
It's
really weird.
But yeah, Fubar was not good. I didn't even finish it. I got to a point where I was like,
get in?
Like 40 minutes, I think.
In the first episode, you stopped?
No, it's not an episode. It's a movie.
Oh, I thought it was a series.
No, it's like a 2-hour movie.
Shows you how much I know. Really?
Oh, I thought it was a series too.
Am I wrong?
I think you're wrong. I think it's like 10 episodes.
Yeah, I think it's a TV show.
Oh, I didn't even make it through the. I didn't even make it through the first episode.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Oh no! Hold on, let me check. I'm gonna open up my Netflix right now and check Fubar.
It's a series.
I'm pretty sure it's a series. Yeah,
it's a series.
See, look, it's still on my previously watched list somewhere, buried deep. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Saying it's a series.
Episode 1.
Yeah.
How many episodes are there?
It's probably 10.
8. There's 8 episodes. I made it.
First episode.
Let me check how far into the first episode I made it. Hold on, let me see. Let me see what this pops up. 22 minutes. I made it 22 minutes in the first episode. I was like, nah.
Apparently, according to Dustin Hogel, the chat has been renewed for a second season.
Of course it has been.
That's cool.
Because they paid for Arnold and they're going to use Arnold.
That's all right.
So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about like the Netflix strategy here, because like they've done $200 million movies before. Most notably, so they did Six Underground with Ryan Reynolds and Michael Bay.
Good movie.
They That's a
Loved it.
trash movie.
It's a great
That
movie.
movie was terrible.
Awesome movie.
They
If
did
you haven't watched it, go watch it right now.
they did Red Notice again with Ryan Reynolds, but with The Rock and Gal Gadot.
Not as bad,
not as good,
but not as good.
Not as good.
Yeah, but that was like a very expensive movie, which actually worked out really well for them. So like they're known for doing these like big budget movies that aren't basically being released in theaters. So to them, the retention rate and the watch hours and stuff like that, that's what they're going for. And so they're investing in content that's going to get people to sign up for the service and stay with the service. I feel like Extraction is like one of those like Stranger Things type things where like if you're a fan of that franchise,
you show up.
Like you're going to stick around for the next one.
Listen,
For sure.
I'm telling you, Extraction is a top tier movie that should have been released in the theater.
I agree.
I
agree.
It absolutely is. I mean, if I was going to give it a star rating, I'd give it like 4 stars.
But Netflix is like the modern day video store, right? They're no longer
Essentially.
blockbusters. You have to subscribe to Netflix or Amazon, like whatever. And so the question becomes is it worth subscribing to Netflix to watch stuff like this?
I think it is.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Listen. Okay.
So
if you're in the mindset of like, hey, I don't want to subscribe for a service that I'm only going to use once a year or once every couple of years, I would say if you're going to subscribe for a month and get how much is it now? $14.99 or something? It's like $15.
It's the price of a movie ticket a month.
It's $15 for 1 month.
Do they still do the first month free or whatever?
I have no idea.
What
they're counting on people doing is signing up for a month and forgetting to cancel it. That's what they're hoping people do. But honestly,
enjoying the service enough where they want to continue.
Yeah, but I don't think they have enough recurring content for them to do that.
I think between this stuff like Extraction and I mean, there's good stuff on.
I have it because
they have a lot of really cool foreign stuff.
Yes,
there's a lot of.
This is true. Netflix has some
foreign
dope ass freaking South Korean movies.
There's some good,
really good
series
stuff
on there.
A lot of good documentaries.
A lot of good
documentaries.
A lot of good.
I mean, in the heyday of Netflix, it had stuff like The Office and Friends and like all that stuff that they were able to license from other studios.
Do you know I'm not gonna sit here and shill for any streaming service.
No,
but Netflix has got some stuff. I mean, and they got some shitty stuff on there, and they got some woke as fuck stuff on there too.
They had Norseman.
Norseman is a Netflix show. That's a fantastic show.
Yeah, but we're also talking about the company that put Cuties out.
Yeah, this is true.
It's rough.
It's a weird thing, man.
Where do you draw your line?
I don't know.
Yeah,
the
live action version of Cowboy Bebop.
Mm-hmm. Awful.
It's weird.
I couldn't watch it.
So weird. So I think Nick said earlier in the chat that he's like, I think Netflix's thing is like the directors they hire, they're either woke or they're not.
Man,
they'll hire a director. Are you toasted?
I'm blasted.
If you want to do a Shady Mile turnout real quick.
I can't. I keep forgetting there's a chat going on, and I got 2 screens right in front of me.
There's a new season of Black Mirror out that I'm currently going through.
I've never watched it.
I really like Black Mirror. Black Mirror's cool.
I watched an episode where a dude had to fuck a pig or some shit.
Yeah.
And I said, I can't watch the show.
That was a dark that was a real dark episode.
That was not the right episode.
I was like, what am I doing?
That was a dark episode.
I can't watch this show.
Yes.
I'm not going to
Black Mirror is all about satire. And that was a very darkly
episode. It was a message about politicians doing whatever they need to do to gain the crowd.
Because I'm quickly going into some weird Twilight Zone.
Shady Mile. Are you taking a walk down the Shady Mile?
I'm taking a walk down the Shady Mile. What? I know Matt hasn't watched it, so this isn't for him. But I'll go to you, then I'm gonna go to me.
Yeah.
What would you give a star rating for Extraction 2? Because this movie deserves to be in a theater.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. Extraction 2, I think it has just a hint of sequelitis with some of the scenes.
Really?
Yeah, with some of the scenes that are God mode, like we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Pure God mode.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is no death. Like you turn
100%.
You turn death off for 15 minutes.
Don't worry about it.
Fine, whatever.
Video game.
But then later that catches up with him and he gets injured and yada yada yada. So he's not completely immortal. But
I mean, the first 20 minutes of this are him recovering from the first movie.
Yeah, and then the next 20 minutes is him being on God mode.
Yeah,
And then the 20 minutes after
we
that.
literally have a Rocky 4.
Yes, it's a Rocky 4. Yeah, it is. He's in the woods chopping trees down.
Trees.
And I'm like,
he's
running to work out.
He's running through the snow. He's
I gotta get to the gym.
He's chopping fucking wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a Rocky 4 workout montage. 4 stars.
Okay.
4 stars. It's a freaking awesome movie. And I cried at the end.
I did.
Like manly tears.
Manly tears.
Manly, I'm a dad tears. Yeah.
Man tears. There's such a thing?
Like Kevin Smith.
Fucking man tears.
No, not like Kevin Smith. The exact opposite. Like, yes. Yeah. I am a father and this means something. Yeah. No, it's a good movie. 4 stars.
You know what? If you go to my what's that movie site?
Letterbox.
If you go to Letterbox, 4 stars.
He looks at you. What's that movie site that I write things on?
4 fucking stars.
Hey guys, if you like this podcast, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and comment below on your favorite video as well. That goes a long way with helping us boost our channel and get out there in front of more people. And it lets YouTube know that we're doing something right. And if you want to catch us live, we go live 2 times a week, once on Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time and on Tuesdays at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. So join us there in the chat. We will see you on the live stream. Stay salty.